Good morning, everyone. So I've been thinking about using this explosion board more and different things we can do with it. I know obviously what WRMK Keeper says you can use it to make the explosion boxes that we did. I'm looking at that pretty one I made the other day, just over there on the counter there. Gatefold cards, squash cards, things like this. And so today I want to kind of play around this with some gatefolds and see what we can do. So any links I have in the description box for this item will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. They have it several different places, running from $16 to $20. Like on HSN, it's $20, but it comes with that whole big pack of Basil cardstock, which is really great. Some places have it cheaper, obviously. However it is that you want to find it, or wherever you want to find it. That's great. So what I'm showing you today with the gatefold card, obviously, if you have a scoreboard of any other type, you probably don't need this to make a gatefold. You can use that to make gatefolds perfectly sized to whatever size paper you have. You just have to do the math, knowing that you want it a quarter and a quarter on each side of the fold. What I was looking at, what I was planning on doing is just seeing where these lines hit. Because basically this one should hit at 4 inches, I think, because it makes a 4-inch box. So that, to me, that would mean that that's scores at 4 inches, and that's what it does. So the line that's the extra large, let me come in a little bit, hits 4 inches. So, just to know that if you were to score on that line, it's the 4-inch line. And normally if you're doing a standard A2 size card, your, what's it called? Your gatefold folds should be at, it's going to be folded in half. We have 4 1/4. It should be at 2 1/8, which is a weird number, but if your paper is 8 1/2 inches wide and it's 5 1/2 inches tall, you have to score it at 4 1/8 and 4 1/8. I'm sorry, 2 1/8 and 2 1/8 on either side, so that gatefolds in right nicely. And I don't know that this has a 2 1/8 mark. The one that does the lid is about 1 1/8, and then the first extra small is at 2 inches, which is close enough, right? We have 2 3/8. The next one on the small is like 2 and just over 3/4. It's kind of or just under 3/4. Kind of an odd number there. The medium is 3 inches. Large scores at just about 3 and 3/8 or so. So those lines are not helpful for us today. So if you want to use this and make it look nice, what I'm going to do is go ahead and do a standard A2 size card, but I'm going to do it so it's only 4 inches, so it's 8. So it's 5 1/2 tall, but 8 inches wide, okay? So let's do that really quickly. Let me grab some paper that I've already cut down to 5 1/2 inches by 8, and then we're gonna do something else that's kind of fun, and hopefully that works out for us, but I'll be right back. I'm gonna use these gorgeous papers from the new Caring Thoughts Crafter's Companion sets, and I haven't used it yet, so this will be a fun video to try this out in. And I'm just using the Luxury Mixed Card Pad, and this is so pretty. It's not double-sided, or this one is, sorry. The other papers that are glitter and stuff are not double-sided. But this is really nice because a lot of times if you order Centura Pearl, depending on the type, and even though it says Centura Pearl, it may be double-sided, it may just be white on the other side. So that's that. So I do have this, remember the little carrier here. We have our scoring tool. Again, I cut this 5 1/2 by 8. Now, if you have a regular scoring board and just use it however you like, you can score it and cut it at 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, and then you would score it at 2 1/8, like I said, from each side. Because normally if you were to score it right in half, you score it at 4 1/4, but you want to split that between the two sides, right, the gatefold. So for this one, again, I did 5 1/2 by 8, and we're just going to do this, use the extra small line, and that'll give us a 2-inch score. So when we fold it, it's going to meet perfectly in the center. And so that's the extra small. So it's almost a standard size card, but not quite, and that's okay with me. So whenever I fold something like this, I do not score the one side and then bring the other side over. I'm going to do both of them, kind of see where they meet up, and hopefully it's perfect, right? And I'm going to score them towards each other. So I'm scoring that way, and I'm scoring this one towards the center, just so I can meet them up closer. And there you go. It's really nice. Looks pretty. So I don't know what I want to do, but you know, it's funny. I have these, and hopefully if you're watching today on the 31st, this is the last day you can do your returns from anything that you wanted to send back to HSN from the extended return policy from September, mid-September, I suppose. I have these guys, and I open them, and usually I open these things with you guys because but I was like debating if I was going to keep them or not because I have tons of other edge dies, and I really like this one. And this one, what happens is I feel like they cut in really deep. You know what I'm saying? Like if your paper's here, look how much it cuts away, right? It's a lot, especially for a gatefold card. Obviously, this can be on a regular card, or a 5x7 would probably be better. But this one doesn't cut as much away, and this one is really the one I really wanted. So this is another set. I think it might still be available on HSN. I don't know. But it is very pretty. I just was like, it cuts so much away. So I think I want to use one of these just for funsies. And we're going to make it meet up right here, okay? So this is just a little extra. You don't have to do that. You obviously can go from now and decorate your gatefold however you like. But what I'm going to do is put this on here. And what I want to know is where the half is. And I'm going to mark it just so that when I do it on the other paper, it's the same. Yes, okay. So let me grab a marker. And this, because this is the first time I've used these, you don't have to do what I'm doing. I'm just checking this out. Trying to find a color that will show up. Or like a Sharpie. And I'm just eyeballing this at this point, but I do want to know up and down where I can set this up. I know the ones from Spellbinders, they have marks on them, so you know if you have a 5.5 inch, standard A2. This is weird because this is a permanent marker and it's not staying. Okay, I just needed to do it once. I need enough to stay the one time. That's where I'm going to mark it. I can eyeball it the next time too. That is so weird. Do you think it would just stay on there? I might have to use another one. Okay, I'm going to tape this down. And as you can see, I'm right at the point. I want it to be right at the very edge because I don't want to take away too much of this gatefold. I'm going to tape it down and run it through, and then I'm going to tape it down and run it through on the other side exactly the same on both sides, right at the point, and try to line it up with what I had marked there so that they're both the same. But like I said, I really, really, really want it on the point. Okay, perfect. So I can see that's going to be right there. Okay, I'm going to run this through my Gemini, Junior, and then I'll do the same thing. I'll take this off and I'll put it on the other side, and I'll be right back. So that was easy enough. And that was just to add a little fun border. You don't have to do that. You can just have your simple gatefold and then start matting from there. But I just want to do something like that. It's pretty. Okay, let me see here. What I'm going to do is grab some paper that coordinates with this, and I'm going to cut it down to 5¼ inches tall, just so it mats in here a little bit. And then these were 2 inches wide, so what I'm going to do is cut the paper. Let me see what we got. It's still about 2 inches at the point, a little bit smaller than that. So let's do 5¼ by 1 3/4 wide, and I'll be right back. So if you were just going to mat this and didn't cut into it like I did, this would work still, 5¼ by 1 3/4, and it would just mat in there just like that, right? It would be like little pieces. But since I cut that pretty line in it, I'm going to do the same thing for these guys. And I was thinking maybe I should run them at the same time, that way I don't have to eyeball them. I'm going to use the plain dot, but you can use the repeated again, or whatever it is that you like. I'm just going to use this one. And like I said, I'm going to run them through together, which might be weird, but that way I know they're both the same and I don't have to look at them again to try to eyeball it. So I'm going to do that. Put some tape. I'll run these through my marquee because they're small enough I can run them through there. And I will be right back. Okay, run them both at the same time. So pretty. Okay, so I'm just going to glue those on there. And that's just a fun way to do a gatefold. I'll dress this up. I just kind of wanted to show you guys the basics of doing this. And I just realized these butterflies are upside down, so we'll switch those up. There we go. The butterflies have a direction, which is interesting. Usually they're just all over the place. But there, that's better. So I'm gonna glue those down, and we have this basic gatefold all matte on the inside with like a 5 1/4 by 3 3/4 matte, just piece of paper on there. And then from the collection, I have tons of things that I can decorate with. So I'll probably do some little die cuts, maybe some sentiments that has a lot of toppers in that card set. So I'll do that to finish this up. And maybe I'll have some music over that. Sorry guys, I just want to get to some of the techniques before the kids wake up. All right, so that was fun. So yes, I am going to keep this set. I was looking at long and hard yesterday. I'm like, I don't know why that one digs in so much, but it's what it is. Okay, so we have that. And then I was thinking we can also use this to make like a pop-out card, which is just like anything else. So let me grab some papers, probably from the same kit. Why not? And I'll be right back. Okay, let's see how this works out. So for this one, I want to do like a pop-out card, like I said. And actually, I'd seen, well, obviously lots of companies are doing this, but Stamps of Life has a really cute set on HSN right now that will make this for you. And then it has like a whole like cut-in die, which is interesting because we have dies like that from other companies, right? Other things. So you can always mix and match. You can emboss this. You can make it fun in different ways. But for now, I just have a standard A2 size card base, the same peachy color that's in there, really pretty. Again, 8 1/2 by 5 1/2 scored at 4 1/4. Standard A2 size card base. And then I have this piece, again, from that same paper. Since I already cut it, I was like, well, I'll just use that. So this is 5 1/4 inches tall by 8, because we're still going to use that same extra small measurement. And hopefully this will work. I don't know. We'll see. So extra small. We have to cut that, or score that. We also need to scut at, what did I just say? Scut at. Score at. I was going to say cut, I think. Score at the 4-inch mark. Okay. So the two that we know that are really good are the 2 and the 4. And then I'm going to turn this around and then score again at the 2 inches, which is the extra small. So we're using the extra small measurements, and we're using the extra large measurement. And so for the insert of the pop out, we need to fold this back. And on this one, I don't mind going ahead and scoring it well. It's not the biggest deal. And then these other score marks, we need to score them forward. And this is a little bit smaller, the sizes I gave you, right, than our standard card. And that's fine. And that's kind of the point, because what happens is this is going to go inside of this, and it'll have our little pop-out piece. And you can put it tighter if you want. You can put it all the way out here. You know, you can play with that part of it. You can die cut it, die cut your card, do whatever it is you want to do. But I figure since we have these little hearts, let's just use it. But normally what I would do is I would use a die, and maybe even just use half the die, put it here. I've shown you guys how to do that before with an aperture. I don't have a die right here in my, well, let's just pretend I put this Art Impressions die still. Let's pretend this is a bigger die. You're going to split the half of it, tape it down, and run it through. And then when you open it up, it's the full die, because it cut the whole thing, however it is that you want to make an aperture. But since we have these little hearts, I figure might as well use this template. And I think that's a good size. It'll, let me see, maybe one size bigger. I'm paying attention to how big it'll be here and everything. I think this is the biggest I want to use. I'm going to use the medium heart. And leaving this folded, I'm just going to do half of the heart wherever I feel like, right there. And then we'll just cut it out. We'll cut on the lines. And I am drawing this line very dark. So I'm just going to cut this heart out right here. And that's going to make us an aperture. Now you have a little open part that you can put like a little twirly thing in there if you want. You can just leave it open and decorate all around the aperture. I think that's probably what I'll do today. But, you know, we have plenty of videos. And there are plenty of videos out there on making like a twirling character card, or just a little dangling character. I think the other thing that would be cute is if you want to put something in there that twirls or dangles. And now you have this heart you can use for something else. It's pretty. Is to cut like a couple of these hearts, you know, layer them together, and then you can put it in the center to twirl, right? Because we have the little hearts that all sit together. I am going to erase a little bit of this though, because I can see that I left a lot of eraser, not eraser, of pencil. Very cute. Okay, I haven't really decided, like I said, what I want to do with any of this. I just thought it was fun, some fun ideas that you can use the board for. If you have a scoreboard, a different type, obviously you can do this on anything. Look at that. Cute. Oh, I love it. Okay, that's actually, I don't even know if it's cute. It's very pretty is what it is. I'm going to use my quick dry glue and just stick this down. So quick dry that when you leave it open for a little bit, it wants to stop up, so be careful with that. Okay. Now, of course, I'm just eyeballing this at this point. Oh, good thing I cut this the right way, because those butterflies, like I said, they have a direction. I wasn't paying attention to that the second time. So it was really fun. So hopefully you guys like this. I was just waking up this morning. I'm like, what do I want to work on? I do want to work on the Stamps of Life kits that I picked up recently from HSN. And then I have lots of review videos to get going. Oh, and people ask me about Spellbinders. They already have the sneak peek of the card kit. They always kind of go through it, like an unboxing. And then if you go to their blog, you can go to Spellbinders, I have links there, and then at the very top it says, this kits blog. You can click on blog, and it'll take you right to the latest post, which is the unboxing, and then it'll have like little images that you can see of the kits that are coming up. And that's really pertinent for people who are signed up for the first, just because you want to make your selections or changes or whatever it is that you want to do at that time. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Vianney. It's VianneyCreates, and I pretty much vlog my videos. So like today I'm talking about Spellbinders things, I'm doing this, and then maybe it doesn't make sense in a week from now, but I video log basically all my creations pretty much every day, a couple times a day sometimes. So, some people like that, some people don't, but that's just how it is. It might as well be a live video is really what I should be doing. Look at that. So pretty. And then, of course, with these papers, I have all these things. Let me see. Oh my gosh, so much stuff I can't even... I went for the big bundle, so I have pretty much everything here. So maybe I will... I have Just to Say, we can pop that on there. We have a frame. This is 5x7, so this is bigger. I don't need that one today. Some little flowers I can cut out, maybe put them on that Gatefold card. Some ribbon, brads. And I didn't realize I had this paper that's a little bit smaller, which is actually really nice, the print, because it's nice for a card like this size, so maybe I'll do that for the card front. Again, this one also cuts 5x7. You're in My Thoughts. We have the pretty... decoupage sets, which is really great. The decoupage flowers. I have the little butterflies I can decorate with. So again, just very simple cutting and stuff. So I didn't want to focus too much on the decoration of this. I just wanted to focus on using the explosion board. I guess that's what it's called. It says explosion board. Some people say explosion punch board. WRMK Keepers I think is calling it explosion punch board. So anyway, so I'm going to continue just finishing this up. Like I said, just cut a mat for the inside of this card. Yeah, guys, so thanks for watching. I hope that gives you some more ideas you can do with this pretty board. Basically, we're using the extra small and the extra large measurements on that. And, whoopsie. I'll have the links in the description box, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you at the next one. Okay, bye now.